Nothing is wrong. That's the strange part. Your life looks fine. You're functioning. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And yet, everything feels heavy, not dramatic necessarily, not urgent, just dense. And most people can't explain it. So they assume it's laziness. They assume it's burnout or weakness. But it's none of those. Heaviness does not come from doing too little. Heaviness comes from doing too much of what no longer fits. Your system isn't collapsing. Your system is resisting quietly. This kind of pressure doesn't shout. This kind of pressure weighs. And because nothing is wrong, you keep pushing through it, which only makes it heavier. This is when people usually say, I've lost motivation, but motivation doesn't just vanish. Motivation withdraws. When effort stops making sense internally, motivation steps back. Not to punish you, but to signal that something needs honesty. Loss of motivation is not failure. Loss of motivation is feedback you've been trained to ignore. So, you try rest, weekends, time off, sleep, but it doesn't restore you because burnout isn't about rest. Burnout is about alignment. You're returning to the same pressure, the same internal conflict. Rest helps the body, but misalignment drains somewhere deeper. That's why recovery feels incomplete. At some point, effort turns into force. You start forcing routines. You start forcing goals. You start forcing versions of yourself that used to work. And force is exhausting because every day requires override. Every task costs more than it should. This isn't weakness. This is what happens when growth outpaces structure. The pressure you're feeling is invisible because it comes from inside, from living slightly out of sync with yourself, from carrying expectations you didn't choose, from postponing instincts you already understand. You don't need a breakdown to justify change. Sometimes the signal is subtle, and heaviness is one of the quietest truths there is. If this feels familiar, you're not broken. You're listening, even if you don't know what comes next yet. And that matters more than you think.